Slowly start to sense your body. Now let us express our gratitude to the universe, to all the masters, to all beings on this planet. Gratitude to our body, to ourselves, and gratitude to Mother Earth. Now slowly unlock your fingers and place them over eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. Now whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Hope you're all back, friends. Thank you so much for joining in meditation. And let us continue. Chapter 10 for the wisdom part today. From the book, The Eternal Validity of the Soul, SETH speaks. And we are in chapter 10, Death Conditions in Life. So, in last session, we have discussed about the soul. The soul is a creator. So, soul creates the flesh, and there is a purpose. So anything so there will be a reason behind any action or any decision or any step that we take in general, physical, or there will be a reason for this birth. So that's called, we call it as purpose. And friends, we don't come with only one single purpose, right? We don't come. It's Mahatar Babaji said, so when I asked him about the soul purpose and all, so he said, you don't come with one single purpose. We have multiple purpose. We have multiple needs. So like we have purpose related to our family, to ourselves, to our society, and towards earth. So everything to this dimension, like, so instead of thinking, instead of depending on others, so to know our soul purpose, so it is better, whatever it comes to us, whatever it comes to you, just give your best in that. And always do not compare your journey with others' journey. So there is like we come here with different purpose. Maybe uh, maybe it's like the same, but the path may be different, experiences may be different. So so do not ask or do not depend on others to know your soul purpose. We have to know and we will know our soul purpose alone. And like we create this and there is no difference between like over self and under self. Like we are equal, we are equally great as we equally great as our over self is, right? So we become sometimes we become creators, sometimes we become the nodes, we become the seekers, we are the observers. Everything is us, everything, right? So last session we have discussed and also we have started the conditions, to know the conditions, what Seth Master speaks about death, the conditions in life. So what are those conditions? So these are those such conditions, or say thinking pattern. So these are like thinking pattern or belief system, we can say, as within us, that Seth Master connects to the relationship between our life before death to the life after death. So we keep certain belief system here. We'll be with our thoughts and emotions, but we carry same thoughts, same thinking pattern even after leaving the body. There will be no like much change. I say there will be a change, but there is not like much change in the thinking pattern. So as we are creating our own realities here, so we create the same realities, not the same real, but it's like we create the realities even after leaving the body. So that's why he says to clear. When we listen to these conditions, we have to we have to we have to check that conditions, if what the conditions we are in. We all do have certain belief system, right? We all have certain belief system. So yes, be with the belief system is great if the belief system leads us if the belief system gives us energy, gives us motivation, the self motivation, then belief system, that's good. But if it is dragging you back, if it is like we are more into the confusion state, or we are more into that like fears or anything. So like if it is pulling you back, if it is not giving certain light, then definitely we have to check. We have that self check. So every time in at every step we need that self check. Like that's how the inner journey starts. Inner journey starts with the self check, with little awareness. That little awareness that we all do have, that little awareness in us. Now coming to the first condition we have discussed, but it's like we'll go such much little deep. So in physical life, you see what you want to see. We all do this. Like it is like certain. So we, whatever the level of understanding each and every person has. So this person glances, have its sight to look outside is from his thoughts, from his emotion, and from the belief system, from the conditions that he or she keeps. Yeah, she have like. So what we see in others is a reflection of our inner self. So every time, let us check. It's very, very, very deep. It's very deep, friends. So sometimes we think like, I'm not such type of person, or I don't have any certain that type of feelings on others. Then why I'm getting these experiences? See, like one question. So every time, so we ask, if at all we don't disrespect others, or we don't. Uh, we don't have certain intentions like to disrespect or devalue others, like this, no. Again, but at certain point, at certain stage, so some people are like, if we are getting those type of experiences, there will be like multiple reasons. So one of the strong reason is, yes, we don't have certain intentions, certain like this type of the frequency or vibration in us, but we do receive we do go through that experiences, because what we consider with ourselves. So what's the relations between ourselves? So if I am not acknowledging myself, if I am not respecting myself, if I am not addressing myself and the relationship between myself, so that reflects these experiences. So these are the experiences. The first one is, we have to check either uh, uh, what is the reason behind these type of experiences, if I am having or not. So if not, then the second thing is, what the kind of relationship I am having with myself. So I do have, so is the self respect or the love, or that's the good relationship that we have to. If I am not trusting myself, even that comes from the outside. These experiences, these type of lessons come from the outside, from different persons, right? So there are multiple reasons, and what is that reason we have to check. So everything is like a reflection of us. And coming, so Seth Master says, you will work out your ideas, problems, or dilemmas at your own level of understanding. So, right, this is true, right? So we have certain level of understanding, some experiences. So we look through that window. See, like now childhood, when a certain rallies, like certain rallies or will be conducted by the council or by the government. So parents, they don't allow us to come outside to have a look, so that they don't allow us, so they try to keep us inside the house. So no, it's not necessary, maybe though the particular reason, but we used to look a peep through the windows, like what's happening, so what are the sounds or what are the music that they are playing. So think like this, like uh, through the window, so I'm looking, so I'm glancing at outside, I'm trying to see through the window, right? So we generally, whatever the experiences, whatever it is happening with us, or the outside, we try to peep, we try to look through the window of our understanding of our belief system, but we don't come out, of to see the actual reality. So we can't. So as far as I understand, I think about, as far as I connect with that experience, as far as I know the knowledge regarding that, so I understand at that level. So every one of us, uh, even we say, like family members, who are very close to us. So from many of us, we hear that no, these family members, they are not understanding me. So every time there will be like certain discussion, so after a long discussion we'll come to a conclusion. But the answer to such type of thinking, so people who think about that, is no one can understand others completely. So no one, because we are evolving, we are every time. So though we meditate or not, it's not about only soul evolution happens only in meditation. Yes, it happens, but at a faster rate than the non-meditators. So every soul on this planet, so it evolves at its own level, at its own range. So every soul is evolving each and every minute, every soul is evolving. So there is no constant. If it is something constant, then we can understand, then we can, after certain period, we can understand. If this, you see, like if the object is moving, if the object is revolving, or it is not constant in one place, it is going here and there, can we study it completely? Can we study about that object, about the planets? It won't. So every time it is changing its own pace, every time it is changing its frequencies, right? So it's the understanding, it's like continuous. That's why scientists, they are completely there. It's like continuous process for them to study these, about these planets. They are not constant. And same thing, that's our consciousness. Our consciousness is evolving. Our conscious, we can't understand, we can't understand it's completely, or we can't that study that consciousness which is moving, which is always evolving. So drop that question, so drop that thought that no one is understanding. First of all, we have to think is, am I understanding myself? So concentrate on yourself. We have to concentrate on us. So I have to understand myself. I have to understand my thoughts, my emotions, so that I can better understand others, but not completely. So we can't completely understand. We can better understand others. So this is what. So never. So whatever the feeling. So it's like inner self. It comes from the inner self, the reflection. So what we believe we will encounter after death. So coming to this, Seth Master, how it applies, this condition, how this condition applies after death, right? After leaving the body. So like thoughts and emotions, he says that what we believe we will encounter after death, and even thoughts and emotions are constructed again into reality without the physical time lapse, right? Thoughts and emotions are constructed again. Why he said this word again? Because we are building, we are constructing these, we are constructing our realities, our reality with the thoughts and emotions in when we are with this body, when we are with life. So again, so this again connects to after death, right? So again we are constructing so these thoughts and emotions into reality without the physical time lapse. So here there is a time, so they are like though it is illusion, the time and space are illusion, but a 3D dimension, a 3 dimension, we consider the time. So the physical time, that's why he said the physical time. So physical time, so in this physical time, so without the physical time, without the physical time is without this physical body, without this physical body, without this in the in this dimension, or we again create that realities, and it's called, it's the thought forms, the thought forms. So what are the thought form mean? The whatever we construct, whatever we create the experience, you know, we are the sole creators of any experience, of every experience that we underwent, that we have undergone, or we are about to create. So we are the sole responsible. So whatever it you take, so we are the creators. So that's why never ever, never ever judge others, never ever comment others, or never ever like think about. So don't carry that unnecessary impressions on people, on certain persons. So why, with all the questions, why, what, and how. So reflect that questions to yourself, to us. So we have to reflect that questions to us. So why I am thinking like that, why I receive this experience. So what is this, it is teaching me. And each and every experience makes us complete, you know. So never doubt your experiences, friends, never ever doubt your experiences. So and we don't have, so every time I say there is no duality here, there is no good or bad experience. Experience is an experience, it teaches us lesson, even the small experience, and there is no small or big, right? There is no small or big. Even so, my experience, a small thing happened, a small situation. So when I thought about it, so what's the lesson? And it opened such a door of understanding about myself. Oh, this is why this it leads to certain, no, we don't expect. So certain doors to be opened with certain experiences, right? So here he says about, so what, these are called thought forms. And my Seth master explains, so after, about the after death environment, so how it looks like. So we know in the physical life, when we are with the body, we know that we like we face that, how we know how we face certain experiences. So all this what we have created, right? In the same way, then how it will be after death, so how that environment looks like. So it is as if, so he is explaining to us, it is as if your present situation and all its physical phenomena were projected from within yourself outward. That means whatever we think, whatever the thought forms that we create mentally. So maybe you will get a doubt. We don't have our body. Then how these no patterns are being created? It's the consciousness. No, it's the consciousness. It is the subconscious made the mind. We do have that. We do carry that. Whatever we think, that impressions. In that consciousness, our consciousness is not completely. It is evolved. Our consciousness is evolved. So we are already enlightened masters, but all these experiences we will experience us, we experience the enlightened part of us. So this is what, so we don't know so about our evolved consciousness. So we carry that impressions, and we are creating that. Whatever we are creating, the thought forms is through the subtle consciousness. So whatever we think, it acts like a projection. No, here there are certain, here we face through people, we face through certain places, or and we know here how we create. But in the astral worlds, when we leave our body, it's like a projection, it's like a picture for us. So before, it's like a projection and giving a continuous running motion pictures, like a movie, like a when we are at kindergarten, when we are at pre-primary. So on every certain occasions, like on Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, they used to play a movie. So we all used to see that movie. It's like a projection. The first time, that's when I saw the projector. So that's this projector. So there's a blank screen, right? You know very well. So there's a blank screen, and whatever it projects out, so we can see that picture, right? So it's like a motion picture. So it's not like continuous movie, like it's a pretty old movie. So it's like a motion picture. So it's like a photographs, no? If we see the photographs, the physical photographs, so we see, no, every picture, it's like a continuous motion of every picture. It's like moving. So, and we project it from inner self, from our thought form. So forcing you, he said, like, let me read out this line again. It is as if your present situation and all its physical phenomena were projected from within yourself outward, giving you a continuous running motion picture, forcing you. So we have to underline this, forcing you to perceive only those images that were being transposed. So these seem so real that you will find yourself in the position of reacting to them constantly. Now see, there are no people, there are no others, there will be no other people, but we try to react. So he is not telling, right, respond. We try to react. So there is a lot difference, right? So here that means we think, even the soul, even that soul thinks that it is so real, and it starts to respond. It starts to react to that pictures, react to that motion pictures, and it don't know, and it has not that level of awareness that it is coming from, that it is being created by the soul itself. So whatever the thought form it releases, so the picture comes out. And here in physical reality, maybe maybe we will experience a bit time later, or not as immediately as in the astral worlds. In astral worlds, it been created immediately. Whatever we think it will be created immediately within no time. And they serve to mask, and they say, and Seth Master says, they serve to mask other quite valid realities that exist at the same time. So there are other realities even here. We do have other realities, but what we think, what we believe, it becomes like a mask to a mask to and it avoids, it's quite valid realities to it serve like a mask to other valid realities that exist at the same time. So there are other realities, you gain the power. There are other realities, you gain the power and knowledge to operate the material projections. Stop the apparent motion and turn your attention to these realities, and how to drop this, how to drop this uncertainty, these realities, though these illusions. He says, stop. You have to stop thinking. You have to pause. So think about other realities. So let me read out this paragraph again. They serve to mask other quite valid realities that exist at the same time. There are other realities you gain the power and knowledge to operate the material projections. Now stop the apparent motion and turn your attention to these realities. And what he is trying to make us understand that there are other realities or higher realities beyond the one we currently perceive. There are other realities, friends. So in these realities, individuals gain advanced understanding, like advanced knowledge and capabilities that allow them to control and influence the physical or material world. Like these are other realities. So when we stop thinking, when we stop that going into that illusion, so we so first of all, before thinking about this, first of all we have to believe that there are that these realities do exist. We have to believe that these realities do exist. And a wonderful tip given by Seth Master for all of us here. So what is the tip? For what he straight away says that, you know, uh, instantly we have to think that what am I actually conscious of at this moment? Let me repeat. What am I actually conscious of at this moment? So every time we have to think about this. Every time we have to question to ourselves. We have to keep that questioning. We have to know. It's like this is how we do our inner journey, friends. So when we go uh, deep, so whatever we have to pause. So when we practice this, when we are with the physical body, so whatever we practice here, whatever we understand, we create it even after life. So when we think about it, we have to, so what the question is, what am I conscious of at this moment, right? So he says, do this when your eyes open and again when they are closed. So you have to do this. So when the eyes are open and again when they are closed, there is a depth meaning, like do this when your eyes open. So what I understand, maybe like different perspectives, but what I understand, do this when your eyes open. So physical eyes. So when we are with life, when we are with the body, and do this when they are closed. So we can take this like this. So we can understand in different angles, right? Try to take the wisdom, try to understand it in different ways. So, and again, when they are closed, so when they are closed, the physical lines, when we leave our body. So we have to keep this question in our mind, in our consciousness. So what I am actually conscious at this moment. And also and we can understand this line like this as well. So when we are in wakeful state, right? When we are in wakeful state, so we look at the things and stop that. So where we just carry on, we just like a ladder, so it's like a continuous the thought will go. We don't know where it ends. So instead of dwelling in that, instead of again dwelling in the thoughts, unnecessary thoughts, so pause yourself. So pause and ask this question, what I'm actually conscious at this moment, what I'm thinking about, and at present moment. So at present moment, what I'm thinking at now. So this is what there's a great tip and a great advice that was suggestion, or you can say like suggestion, or you can say like a lifeline that Seth Master has shared with us. And again, we have to be aware of our thoughts, words, and actions, friends. We have to be aware of our thoughts, words, and actions. And we need to ask this question to ourselves to bring back our attention to the present moment. So everything lies, even in the last session, Ramsar has shared with us that everything lies in the present moment. Everything. We create our future. We create the next moment. Future is not something like next day or next year. Future is the next moment, next second. So next moment is our future. And we create that future being in the present moment. And we have to think the base of the future. So am I creating from the past memories? Am I creating from the past experience? Or am I in the present moment? Like everything, we have to think about being conscious of our thoughts. So that's what, so that we can help ourselves help ourselves from the world of delusions. Like we create, so the quality of the thought, if it is valid or not, if not, why I'm thinking about it. So continuous, it's a continuous work. And we all possess a sense of awareness, right? We all do have this, don't we? We do have. So but we are aware of certain things while unconscious, while remaining unconscious of others, isn't it? We are aware, we do have that awareness in us, but we are not aware in at every stage. So sometimes unknowingly, so some things happen, some things happen through us, some we do unconsciously. So so we have to bring that little awareness, we have to develop that little awareness in at every stage, at every thought. So each and every thought is precious, is very important, and we don't know what it leads to, right? And each thought has its own feeling, isn't it? So it's not the feeling that creates, it's whenever whenever a thought pops out, whenever we create a thought, it has its feeling. And know that feeling, so when I observed, and this feeling generally it is coming from the past experience. If it is okay, because we learn from the past lessons. But don't we I thought like you should not completely dwell into that past. Okay, it's okay, and what is next? What's next? So how am I using this tool to create the future? And yeah, this is about the first condition. In physical life, you see what you want to see. As we are running out of time, so let's discuss the second condition. Like there are other voices. The second condition is there are other voices, but you have conditioned your ears not to hear them. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, right? So yeah, friends. So think about this, understand, try to understand as far as you can. And anything like Seth Master's wisdom or any wisdom. So whatever you understand, try to understand it completely. No, first time we hear, we know, or actually maybe this topic you know it very well. Maybe you are in this. We all are in this journey, like inner journey. So think about it. Think about it. How can I use this wisdom to go bit advance? No, to take my step, to lead my step further. So let us meditate for 1 minute, right? Let us close our eyes, not meditate. Let's close our eyes. Be with this wisdom. So whatever you understand, be with that with understanding, friends. For just for 1 minute. Last 10 seconds. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining, friends. If at all you want to share anything, you can unmute yourself. So,
A lot, Sarada. Was my voice audible?
bit closer.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, Seth wisdom is always beautiful. Is very very beautiful, and so many facts, so many truths are easily served, and it's like every sentence has a waking call for many,
Mm.
or every sentence breaks past understandings. Whenever it is challenging or breaking past understandings, means we are coming out of this very interesting word that we had been listening, the belief system. So whenever something is new for us, something is against our understanding or different to our understanding, it is that we were bounded by something which is called the belief system. When we enter into a belief system, we always reject those things the very first moment. But eventually we enter into it and we become comfortable with it. And that is why that nice example you said about that window example, we look through the window because we are not allowed outside and we stay inside and we feel comfortable peeping out. And says, wow, we are seeing everything, although we are peeping, but we are not seeing everything. So we get comfortable. Now, books like this, wisdoms like this, sharings like this, groups like this, they make us uncomfortable on certain truths. It is because it is making us realize that we were peeping from these windows because we were bounded by these belief systems, and now we are directly facing or put in front of this whole big fest that is happening on the street, which is the true understanding, the reality. So, and even if you notice kids, when we try to teach them something, and if it is uncomfortable to them, they immediately express it and they would not do it. And constantly, adults, parents repeat, they eventually enter into it. So the same thing happens deep within us. So whenever certain uncomfortable thing is entering, we always resist it. And now it is the same when the understanding or the true reality comes in front of us. It is a bit uncomfortable, and that is a sign that we are living in a belief system. Okay. So very beautifully it is said, unless we are not brave enough, it needs a lot of bravery to have self check, because all these realities were always there in front of us
Mm.
through some discussions, through some readings, through some books, through that is around us in our world, but we never looked into it because we never self checked. We were never aware, analyzing that we heard versus where we are living. So, unless we are not doing this self check and we are not aware, we do not open the door and come out of these belief systems. And it is very very important, this work, self work, the self awareness, self check is a self work, because we are the only ones who can do it. Of course there are tools, wisdoms that come through the way, but if we are not taking it, we only create through our belief systems, not just in this body, because what we are going to experience in this body is very limited to what we will be experiencing after we leave the body.
True.
So we have to review our belief systems. We have to expand into the true realities and the true understandings for a greater good of the journey after, and a much enormous understanding as we are in this physical body. Both are important, but this is first important because this is impacting also the after. So that is how we are creators, and we are creating and we continue to create. So a lot of lessons like make sure what we are thinking in the now, because if we are judging, if we are kind of limiting through the experiences, make sure we open our eyes and then change the way we would like to live, because every time we judge in a way we are kind of limiting our expansive nature of our soul. So thank you Shardha. Thanks everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Yes, friends, anyone would like to share your experience? Yeah. Thanks for the messages. Then, if not, so let's all meet in the next session. It's about inner journey, right? So whatever Ram sir has beautifully summarized about the inner journey, we'll know about it in the next session. And have a great time then. Thank you. Thank you all. And namaste.